Where the void lingers, the storm glares, and you keep sneaking away to hear my voice like I'm your little secret. It's fine. I like being your ghoul friend. Well. Look who's back. Oh wait, it's me. And you. You stuck around. That's deeply touching, or actually it's deeply concerning, but either way, I appreciate it. For those of you whispering theories about my untimely demise, sucked into the void or devoured by the great unknown, sorry to disappoint. Nope, still here, still haunting the airwaves. The truth? The weather cleared, and like an absolute fool, I went outside. Thought, hey, maybe I'll find a reason to keep going. Something warm, something real. And you know what? I think I did. A little glimmer of something that felt like hope. But then, because the universe has zero chill, the storm turned bleak. The shadows stretched too long, and I ran back here, to the station. So now, the storm's still raging, but I've got a little more pep in my step. Call it survival, call it stubbornness, call it stupidity. Whatever it is, we're here, and we've got a show to do. Welcome back to Shadow Realm Radio, where the weather sucks, the void whispers, and against all odds, we just keep going. So, let's do this. If you're listening to this, I can only assume a few things about you. 1, you have excellent taste in radio programming. 2, you are, against all odds, still here. And 3, you have at some point felt scared. Not the, oh no, I forgot to pay my electricity bill kind of scared. No, I mean the deep, soul-gnawing something is wrong and I can't name it kind of scared. The kind that settles in your bones when you realize that life is much bigger, much stranger, and much emptier than you were prepared for. The kind of fear that whispers, what if this is it? What if I never find the thing that makes it all worth it? If that sounds familiar, congratulations. You are officially human, or at least something close to it. And even if you feel like you're floating in purgatory, unable to move forward or backward, let me tell you something important. It's okay to be here. Purgatory, despite the branding, isn't always a bad place. Sure, it's quiet. Sure, the air feels thick with old regrets and half-formed dreams, but here you have something that so many fear they don't. Time. Time to figure things out, time to breathe, time to exist, even if existing feels like the hardest thing you've ever done. And yes, I know, sometimes it feels like you are completely and utterly alone. Like you are a single frequency buzzing in an otherwise silent universe. But I need you to listen very carefully. You are not alone. Even here in the static, in the in-between, there are voices. And some are distant, some are faint, some are waiting for you to speak first, but they are here and so are you. And if all of this is sounding far too sentimental for a show where I mostly make fun of reality and dodge eldritch horrors, let me tell you, it's a balance. Drink some water. Go outside, maybe eat a fucking vegetable for once. Your body is weird, fleshy machine, and unfortunately, it needs maintenance. I don't make the rules, I just aggressively remind people to follow them. And if you still feel lost, that's okay. You are not required to have it all figured out. You are only required to keep going. And hey, if you ever get tired of wandering alone in the fog, Tune in. I'll be here. Probably. Unless, of course, I get eaten by something lurking outside my door, in which case, best of luck, traveler. You got this. Alright, up next we've got a track that crawled right out from under your bed. But like, in a good way. Not in the grabbing your ankle at 3 a.m. way, but more like the whispering something profound that you forgot by morning way. It's eerie, it's mesmerizing, and it might just follow you into your dreams. Enjoy. folks, the storm might be small, but it is fucking mighty. A real Napoleon complex of weather patterns focusing all its hellish energy on Highway 666, like it has a personal vendetta. And honestly, it probably does. The sky has turned a color I can only describe as apocalyptic bruise, and the winds are hitting speeds that technically shouldn't exist. Meanwhile, construction on the highway continues for the 47th year in a fucking row. The road crews, bless their damned souls, has made exactly negative progress. Every night they lay new asphalt, and by morning it's cracked, crumbling, or straight up gone. Either the road is rejecting repairs like a bad organ transplant, or something down there wants out. The no entry sign that the highway patrolmen, if they even exist, put up last week, it's gone. Ripped away by either the storm or something worse, but don't worry, they replaced it with a handwritten note that just says, "Don't." So, real reassuring. In summary, storm, small but pissed off. Highway, still under construction. Future, bleak. Advice? Don't. All right, Shadow Dwellers, let's do a quick recap of Normie Realm politics, the circus that never leaves town. So, in one corner, we have Team Red, who are really into freedom, mostly the freedom to tell you what you can't do. In the other corner, Team Blue, who swear they're the good guys but still somehow keep tripping over their own feet and setting important documents on fire. And in the middle, a whole bunch of people screaming, flailing, and wondering why their rent is the same price as a small castle in the 14th century France. Meanwhile, the government is basically an ancient glitching computer running on a dial-up connection. Except instead of fixing the bugs, they just throw more money at defense spending and hope nobody notices. And let's not forget about the billionaires casually LARPing as space cowboys while everyone else is fighting over whether eggs should cost as much as a minor surgery. In a move that's as predictable as a horror movie jump scare, several US states have been busy crafting laws that make life increasingly challenging for LGBTQ+ individuals, particularly transgender youth. The ACLU is currently tracking 456 anti-LGBTQ+ bills nationwide. Yep, almost 500. These legislative gems range from restricting access to gender-affirming care to banning transgender athletes from participating in sports that align with their gender identity. Because nothing says freedom like telling people how to live their lives, right? Meanwhile, Black student unions across various universities are fighting for survival amid the rise of anti-DEI laws. These laws have led to the closure of cultural centers and forced BSUs to dissociate from the universities to continue functioning. Founded in the 1960s and 1970s, BSUs have been pivotal in supporting Black students and promoting African American studies. Now they're under threat because some lawmakers believe that promoting diversity is somehow discriminatory. Classic. On a grimmer note, LGBTQ+ youth are facing significant mental health challenges, exacerbated by bullying, discrimination, and restrictive policies. The Trevor Project reports that over half of LGBTQ+ youth have experienced discrimination based on their sexual orientation or gender identity. Barriers to accessing mental health care, such as high costs and fears of not being taken seriously, only add to the crisis. But hey, who needs mental health when you have... well, what do they have exactly? And of course, the cultural wars rage on. Debates over gender identity and sexual orientation continue to polarize the nation. Supporters of different political figures hold vastly different views on these issues, reflecting the deep divisions within the country. It's almost as if agreeing to disagree is a lost art. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour of the latest political antics in the normie realm. It's a place where freedom is championed by restricting others. Diversity is seen as a threat, and the most vulnerable are left to fend for themselves. But don't worry, Shadow Dwellers. Here in the Shadow Realm, we embrace the chaos with open arms. So come with me, because fuck the US. Love is in the air, folks. And honestly, it reeks. Like, who let this fester? I was just about to say things were finally looking up. Birds were chirping, the storm had a brief moment of silence. I even thought I saw a genuine smile on someone's face. But nope, that was just trick of the light. Because, wouldn't you know it, the moment I let my guard down, boom, the storm intensifies. The ground cracks, that warm, fuzzy feeling I thought might be hope. Just heartburn. Anyway, here's another song to distract yourself from the inescapable spiral of existence. Enjoy. Well, you've made it to the end. That's either dedication or masochism, and honestly, I respect both. Thanks for sticking around, for listening, for existing in this weird little frequency pocket with me. I'd promised to be better about broadcasting regularly, but let's be real. If there's one thing I am, it's unreliable, and you can count on that. Until next time, whenever that is, stay weird, stay weary, and maybe, just maybe, don't answer the door if something knocks tonight.